Alright, welcome back to Hero FPS Concepts. Today we're going to be doing a short follow-up video to the number one video about Chamelex. I should have went into more detail, but it keeps bugging me that I didn't. So you saw that I use both Google Sheets and Google Slides. Now you can use Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Present, or Prezi, instead of Google Slides and Excel instead of Google Sheets. It's all fine. Both work in the same way. I just use Google Docs because sometimes I collab with people to brainstorm ideas for heroes, and it's more easy to do it on Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets for collabs than it is to use Word or any of the Microsoft tools. Anyway, I use the Google Sheets for stats, as you saw, making stat blocks and stats in general. But I use the Google Slides to visualize some things and to add more details, add more text to describe certain things. You can't put a lot of text in Google Sheets that much. You can only do more numbers and more organization, putting a lot and a little bit of detail. In Google Slides, you can add a little bit more detail. For example, you can see a full description of each ability. As in Google Slides, it's only just the name and how much damage it does, and if it doesn't do any damage, it just has a couple of X's. But today I wanted to focus on the cooldown and reload system. So as you can see, there is a CD/reload stat right here in the primary sector. It is 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds for Chamelex to, of course, with her primary. The spitballs come from her 10 of her fingers and her palms on each hand, giving her 12 ammo. She does thumb, finger, 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 palm, and then switches to the other hand, thumb, finger, 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 palm. And then to reload, she claps her hands together, licks both hands, synthesizes the spitballs on each appendage and palm, and gets ready. And she does this all in about 2 seconds. The reload time is specific to how much damage her full ultimate does. Now I wanted to make her fire a little bit faster because she does have lesser health, and she does move around a lot, so she's not going to be doing a ton of damage out in the open. Her total damage for her ultimate is 600 because it is 50. The normal damage is 50 times 12. The magazine is 600. Usually I like to divide by how much. I think it's by 100, and then 200 for top line, so I like to divide by 200. So 600 divided by 200 is 3 seconds, but I wanted to give her a little bit more quickness to her actions, so I bumped it down to 2. For most characters, I just divide by 200, so 600 divided by 200. So usually 600 to 700 damage. For your primary, you're going to get 3-second reload. That's just because I divide by 200. But if I want to give you a little bit more or a little bit less opportunity to reload or opportunity to use that primary ability, especially for diversion characters, I like them to reload a little bit faster, so I'll bump it down from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. That's just a balancing ability that I added to her character sheet. Other things regarding cooldowns, you'll see in passive. Passives do not have cooldowns. That's why they're called passives. She can use Natural Glider however many times she wants, and she doesn't have to cool down or use any energy to use it. Camouflage. Activate Camouflage Suit, so she can camouflage. That gives her 8 seconds. For abilities like that, camouflage, teleportation, stuff like that, stuff that gives you an advantage, but doesn't really give you an advantage for a long time, or isn't that too good of an advantage, I'll only give you 8 seconds. 8 seconds is the normal one. As you can see for Tongue Twister, tap an ally for 3 seconds. Usually for abilities like that, like hook abilities, I give it 8 seconds. Camouflage, disguising, 8 seconds. 8 seconds is the normal cooldown for most abilities. Only a few abilities get more than 8 seconds. Sidekick, for example, gets half as many seconds because it's just a quick melee attack, so you can use it two times for one cast of Tongue Twister or Camouflage. And Wall Climb you can use pretty much regularly. Wall Climb could be another passive for her. In fact, it should be another passive for her, but I tried to limit it to one passive for now. Maybe in the future I'll have it so that everyone has 2 passives. But right now Wall Climb, she has 2 seconds, so not exactly a passive. She has to wait 2 seconds per wall climb, but honestly, it's really, I don't find it to be that difficult to just wait 2 seconds to climb a wall again. In Canopy, 12 seconds, it's self-healing, and it also gives you a cocoon so you can't be damaged while you heal yourself. Usually for self-heals, I would give it 8 seconds, the normal time, because as long as you're not healing yourself full, again, her HP is 200, so 150 is not going to be a full HP reveal, but she is protected by the cocoon, meaning that she can't take damage while she's healing herself, which is the number one problem with self-healing. Usually you're taking damage because you're standing still to do it. So of course, self-heal for 150 while in a cocoon that is protecting you from damage, 12 seconds more than, plus 4 seconds more than the regular because you're in a cocoon. So one, you're shielding yourself, but also the cocoon can't break, so you are infinitely protected while healing yourself. So that's why it's 12 seconds. Ultimate does not have a cooldown because you can only use it once per charge. And the way you charge up your ultimate is by doing damage. If you're a healer, healing and damage, and if you're you also kills and assists will also up that ultimate charge. But ultimates don't have a cooldown or reload because they're literally charged the entire game based on what you do and how well you do it. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. And I just wanted to make a follow-up video talking about the slides version of stats for hero concepts, as most of the video from the previous video was focused on the sheets. For the next few heroes and the next onward, I'm going to try and make sure I do a stat section in the beginning and then switch over to the slides to show you the slide section and actually getting into detail about what each ability does and why the cooldowns are the way they are and why the ultimate is the way they are. Also talking about the visual art as well. I actually drew that in pixel art by myself, so it is actually just a pixel art that I made. The first pixel art I actually did make for one of my hero concepts. I did do a lot of pixel art, but I mostly just looked at DeviantArt and had some commissions done. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo!